All right, it's late June '64, and we'll start off here in Maryland, well, more specifically DC, which is under siege. Basically, I am going to abandon DC this turn. Um, our entire force essentially will join the fleet and is going to sail down and drop off just west of Norfolk. Our objective is to cut off Norfolk and take it. Um, there's a few artillery pieces we won't be able to bring with us, which will destroy, so it won't fall into enemy hands. And we will hopefully blow the depot. Um, Probably should have done that last turn. Now, the rest of the situation in Maryland, things have stabilized a bit. We have Hamilton's Corps. We also have Gilbert's Corps, which is recovering. And we now have Kearny's Corps, which has arrived. Um, In addition to that, we also have Doubleday's Corps, which is going to roll back and take up his position in Harper's Ferry again. So the situation is stabilized somewhat. We don't have control of our rail line here, as you can see. So we'll kind of see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't assault this time and they're hoping to force a surrender. I consider leaving 2 divisions there, but the thing with leaving 2 divisions there, they can surrender at any time. The place is already breached, so we're going to lose 10 morale by giving up DC, but it is what it is. Over here in Tennessee, this is kind of like a stalemate area, and then the main focus is kind of happening down here with Grant's forces. Now, what we're going to try to do this turn is have Sherman take Madison, which is a strategic town, and then we're going to fix some railroads and take the last 2 regions here, and then try to get us into a position where we can take Corinth next turn. Missouri is actually starting to see a little bit of action now. Looks like Springfield has been abandoned, so it's muddy out here, but General Lyon will move forward. Sumner's division will also move into Fayetteville here. What else? Not a whole lot to say about Mississippi or Alabama. There are 4 divisions here, it would seem. So we're going to roll back and take up position, pretty strong position here with McDowell's force. Yep, those are pretty much the highlights. So, okay, let's run the turn and see what happens. Okay, so there was no assault on DC. It looks like Pope's forces were delayed, and they're going to land in 3 days. That's a bit of a bummer because we don't really know what's over here, so forces could, of course, rail over. But yeah, for some reason they were delayed 6 days, so it happens. It's part of the game. Don't exactly know what's going to happen. So I have to think about what to do with that now. If we want to risk having them land in 3 more days, or not. Looks like we have a couple other small fleets that have arrived, and the depot is now destroyed. So we'll actually probably be able to get these forces out rather than have them surrender, in theory. You can see that Forrest has a very large force here, and then here is Lee's force as well. Doubleday did make it back, and some Confederate irregular units are over here. Not too much movement out west. We now have basically cut off Corinth, so we'll be able to take that next turn. Sherman did not assault, so Madison here is still under siege. You can also see that Little Rock is pretty much open, so I want to send a division to take Little Rock. We did take Fayetteville, and here is General Lyon. So General Lyon's division can take Springfield next turn. I think those are pretty much the highlights. No change in national morale. The Confederate morale stays at 98 as well. You can see our victory points are really starting to go up to 61, but we'll definitely take a hit, of course, when we lose DC. Yeah, so probably the most disappointing thing is that Hope was delayed. So, with arriving in 3 days, it's interesting. Richmond's forces could, arrive in 4 days, but it does seem that the vast majority of the forces, of course, are up here at DC itself. Yep, so I guess that is pretty much it, and I'll see you next time.